Welcome back. Now, the relationship between Pakistan and Turkey is widely known by many as a brotherly one. It is also said that Turkey and Pakistan might not be neighbors, but they are neighbors at heart. And to discuss this further, joining us now live in the studios is a Pakistani fashion designer and CEO of a very famous Pakistani brand, Maria B. So Maria B herself is joining us live in the studios now. Thank you very much, Maria, for coming to the studios.
My pleasure.
I know you are in Turkey on a project. Would
Yes.
you like to share some details about that first?
Well, this is my 4th visit to Turkey. I love shooting here. I love the people here. I love the culture here. So right now we're here because this new series, Ertugrul, it's so big in Pakistan that we've been wanting to do a shoot with one of the stars. So we just shot with Ridam, who's Salchan Hatun in Ertugrul. And it went viral. Everybody in Pakistan is talking about it. She's the face of our winter collection. So that's why we're here shooting.
All right. Now, Maria, like I mentioned in the opening, Turkey and Pakistan are not neighbors. They don't share a border, but
No.
they're neighbors at heart. So what would you like to say about the relationship between these two countries?
Well, the first thing is that, you know how in Ertugrul everyone says Eyvallah. There literally is some connection between our hearts. I remember growing up as a little child, my grandmother used to tell us a story. We were this small, 4 or 5 years old. And my grandmother and grandfather, both of them, used to call us and say, you know, when the Khilafat was going down over here, all the Muslims in Pakistan and India at that time, they sold all their jewelry and they sent it to the Khilafat. And we were kids. We didn't know that. And now when we studied history, we realized what a big thing it was. And she said, she always used to say one thing, one ummat. This is one ummat, this is one Khilafat. And Pakistan and Turkey are always like this. So it's in our blood, the love.
All right. Now, moving forward and focusing on the Turkish industry now.
Yes.
Especially over the past few years, more and more
Yes.
fashion designers from Pakistan and the rest of the world are coming to Turkey. Why
Yes.
is that? What is so special about the Turkish business industry?
I think it's not only the business industry, it's the entire, you know, the productions that are available in Turkey. We just launched a big perfume in Pakistan. We're the top designer brand in Pakistan. And we launched a perfume and we did the first commercial TVC in Turkey. Before that, we had shot earlier, 4 years ago. It's just that the production houses are fantastic, the people are fantastic, the location is great, and plus our heritage is the same. You have a lot of Muslim culture, identity. So when you publish that in Pakistan, people identify with it. So I think that works very well.
All right. Now,
Yeah.
you mentioned Muslims, and unfortunately, we live in a world where Muslims in many regions of the world
Yeah.
are subjected to violence and oppression, and this brings me to Kashmir. Over the past few years, some major developments have taken place in Kashmir. India revoked Article 370, which granted a special status to Kashmir.
That's
and right now, it does seem like the world has turned a blind eye to the plight of the innocent Kashmiris. So what would you like to say about that?
Well, this comes from the heart because I'm Kashmiri. My grandparents are from Kashmir, from both sides, my paternal and maternal. We have grown up, my grandmother passed away this year, and we have seen her raise her hands and pray for the liberation of Kashmir for the past 70 years. Nothing has happened so far. The whole world looks away. But the pain that we suffer is pretty much like what is happening in Gaza, Palestine. So I just pray that one day in my lifetime, because it didn't happen in my grandparents' lifetime, and my parents are old now, so they are losing hope. They think the world is not ready. They don't care about Kashmir. But luckily, the one person who stood up to talk about Kashmir was President Erdogan. And we love him for that. Just like our president, Imran Khan, is focusing on the issue, so is Turkey. So we love that. We appreciate that a lot. But at the same time, I think it's very important for the whole world to realize the injustice that's happening over there. It's not normal, and you cannot look away. Very soon it will be gone, just like Gaza is disappearing.
Right.
Just like that, Kashmir might disappear one day, and we're very scared for that.
Right, and I believe the whole world is scared about that. Now, you mentioned that you are a Kashmiri yourself. So how
Yes.
do you feel when you see that the international community is not contributing enough to the cause of the Kashmiris?
It's a feeling of helplessness, and I'm lucky because we moved to Pakistan 70 years ago. And we are successful and we're working, and Pakistan is doing great now. But when I see families that we knew in Kashmir and what they're going through, it kills me, it breaks my heart, because it's just not human to watch this and let it happen. And it's happening on such a massive scale. I mean, on a daily basis, there are news coming out of young kids being blinded, youth being targeted. It's really, really frustrating that none of us can do anything. We can just watch and pray, and that's about it, and talk about it a little wherever we can. So it's kind of helplessness, you know. Because at one end you have India, at the other end you have Pakistan, and most of Pakistanis, you know, we all say, okay, if it's Kashmir, let them decide. We're not saying it's going to be part of Kashmir. Let the people of Kashmir decide what they want, which is their right, given by the UN. They're not given it so far.
You did mention how President Erdogan raised his voice for the people of Kashmir, but let's broaden the discussion a little bit. Let's talk about the Turkish population in general.
Yes.
Well, I'm living here in Turkey, and I have spoken to my friends, Turkish ones, those who are living in this country as well, and all of them support the Kashmiri cause. So what would you like to say about the fact that the whole Turkish nation stands with the Kashmiri people?
That's why we love Turkey. Our hearts go out to all the people, because there are not enough people in the world like the Turks who stand by justice. And we're not talking about anything that is out of the ordinary. It's the basic right of every human being to live in liberation, to live in freedom. And the fact that there's only one or two countries in the world who are willing to listen to that language is very frustrating. But I would like this platform to tell Turkey that we in Pakistan love you guys, and we love the fact that you stand with us. So, Ayvallah.
All right, Maria B., thank you very much for talking to us
on
A News. We really appreciate your taking out the time, and we are glad that we have people like you who are raising their voices for the people of Kashmir who are living under Indian oppression. Thank you very much once again for talking to us on A News.